Something about today just doesn't feel right. But I just can't tell what it is. Wait. What day is it today? Monday. I fucking hate Mondays!
I hate Monday, 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 Monday. I hate Monday, 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 Monday.
Good Monday morning. I hate Monday. I'm your first on the building with LeLe.
Hello.
Got Bri Nicole in the building.
What up, though?
We got LeLe in the building.
How y'all doing?
We got a good show for y'all today. Some new cast members. We got what's it called? We're gonna start off talking.
He tried to throw it. He tried to roll
It's
it.
another Monday morning. This is what we do. This is either if you're listening to it Tuesday or Saturday or Sunday. It's iHateMonday, and we appreciate you being with us. So.
No doubt. So we're gonna jump right into it. Talk about some TV shows everybody's watching, some movies everybody's seen. I know I've been watching a few. I've seen a couple movies that I want to talk about. We're gonna start off with one of you ladies, man. What's a good TV show everybody's watching right now that you watching?
Well, I'm big on Tyler Perry's If Loving You. Well, no, Haves and Have-Nots.
I can't watch that.
That's huge. Just so much drama, so much
Drama, keyword.
violence, so much. Well, not violence too much, but it's good. Drama is good. Like Tyler Perry got some good shows.
You watch Have and Have Not?
I don't. I do not right now.
My mama watch it. My sister watch it. They talk about it all the time.
I hear it's
good,
so
though.
good. How can you not?
I just don't have the time. I don't even watch Empire no more.
I don't watch that. I cut that off a long time ago.
Yeah.
Because it just turned for me, but I don't watch that.
Yeah. What you watching?
Scandal. Ending on Scandal.
Are they still making new episodes of Scandal?
There was a last season, I think 2016, so they should be coming up again.
I don't know what else they could be
I
scandalized
don't either.
about.
I don't either.
I don't
It
know how
ended
far the
well, though, so
storyline went.
that's
Yeah.
okay.
I stopped watching after Columbus Short left the show.
Okay. Well, it was his fault.
I understand that very much so.
Quit
I heard that he was
quit
going to
getting
be
in
in
trouble.
Stump the Yard 3, even though they hadn't made Stump the
Okay.
Yard 2 yet.
Okay.
Oh, what happened with that guy? in that show?
He had some rape charges or something brought up against him.
Oh, the show.
Outside of the show, obviously.
Oh, wow.
But they kind of dropped
So
him.
real
and then-
scandal.
Yes, real scandal. And then he had some stuff with the producers, I believe. So they dropped him.
Oh, wow.
They killed off his character in
Yeah.
the series, though.
It's kind of like they killed Chef off of South Park.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's sad.
It's sad.
Rest in peace, Isaac Hayes.
Okay.
Look
But
at that.
no, I've been watching. Orange is the New Black.
They kind of turned me off too. And I feel like, see, you saying and I feel like the same reasons why you turned off Empire, the same reason turned you off of
Yeah.
Orange is the New Black. Yeah, I ain't
You
even
already
going through it.
I'll let Fredo talk, though. You weren't done.
I mean, yeah, fuck that show.
Yeah, they just killed your show.
I also been binge watching Parks and Rec.
Okay.
Yeah, that's I always heard from other people that I should watch that, and the summer hit and had no shit to do after getting engaged. So that's what happens when you get engaged, apparently.
There you go.
So I just started watching a lot of Netflix, but we discussed LA 92.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of documentaries.
I hope a lot of people
just
check out
catching up
LA
shows
92.
and everything. So I don't have cable, so I just have Hulu and Fire Stick and Netflix. But hey, have you watched this Dave Chappelle thing yet?
You got jokes.
It was good.
I want to see it. So which one of y'all gonna let me see y'all Netflix account?
It's not on that. Yes.
It's on Netflix.
But then can't you watch it on Fire Stick?
What you?
You can't catch it on there?
Everybody got jokes.
I watched it on Netflix though.
Everybody got jokes.
Sorry, I had to
I was
bring it
just
up.
wondering.
I had
It
to
was
bring it up
good.
on
He
here.
touched on a lot of stuff. So
I'm waiting to see it, but I've been watching. I just watched Power, man, episode 1 of season 4.
Oh, fuck that show.
Hell, man.
Just kidding. Hey, you destroyed my show.
You did stop all over the show.
You might as well get so dead.
He's like, well, I'm unsubscribing now.
After Bri Nicole and Hobby got talking, I was just like, well, I'll just go fuck myself.
I tell you what, there's a lot of people listening. They know what's up with Power. And that's probably the main reason why a lot of people don't watch Empire too. Like, it's
Power?
like, yeah, because it's so real.
Well, Power was before Empire, so it's just.
It was, but man, it's just
It
like they kind of went hand in hand for a while, and it's like a lot of people they went in either direction, But this new episode, this new season, it's gonna be dope. I can tell just by the jaw-dropping activity that's going on in there. So y'all stay tuned to Power and check it out. What about movies? What movies y'all been watching?
I just watched Wonder Woman a couple weeks ago because it just came out. Hush Up. It was great. I'm a diehard Wonder Woman fan, so I think they did it right for a good starter movie.
That's what's up. So there's gonna be like more to come after this one.
Yes, they're trying to introduce the Justice League.
So that's not Marvel, right?
That's DC.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't say that to a real DC fan.
Yeah, see, I don't get into all that.
You don't. That's okay.
Yeah, I just look for a good movie, man. I honestly, I think that there's from what DC's been trying to do, there's just a lot of Marvel trolls. I think.
But I don't think they were fans before all the movies popped off.
Yeah, I mean the thing with these movies is like they try to have like a little serious take. At least I haven't seen Wonder Woman yet, but at least with the other ones, there's been a serious tone with some of the DC films.
Yes.
And I don't think that's appreciated by some of the Marvel fans.
Yeah.
And so, but I like that because I think that the Marvel films are entertaining, but it's just a lot of one-liners. Like even like the serious scenes are like they had to drop like some like one line. I don't know. It's like watching The Expendables, Yeah. Like it's a lot of like the dialogue, the script. Hell, they don't need a all-star cast. So you don't have to have acting experience to act in a Marvel's film.
You think it's just
I think it's to me how
that's why I said it.
I think the Marvel side. Oh my god, the Marvel side is. They're looking at a younger audience, so they're trying to bring in the humor and the action, which is perfect. It's fine, but you also have to have a good storyline, and I think they've kind of done the Avengers, the first 2 movies of the Avengers, right. Anyway,
yeah.
But I think the problem with DC, and I'm a more DC fan, but I think they are too serious, and I think it makes people be unattracted to it. And so it's all about action, but the action scenes they're not even that great if you really want to be honest. The Batman versus Superman, terrible.
I have yet to see
it was terrible. It was terrible.
I agree with you. Like I as far as that film, with the amount of time that they had
to
work on that script, that was just a piss poor effort out in the studio. And I think that was also the studio's fault because. And yes, I know she keeps saying it's terrible, but I feel I just wanted to show that I was paying attention to you. I feel that it's the studio's fault too because they pressed the panic button too many damn times, whereas Warner Brothers and Marvel would go ahead and just kind of like, okay, well we believe in what you're going to do, so we trust you. Go ahead and give us a product, and I'm sure we'll like it.
Yeah, they bailed out.
With DC and who's working with them, like on DC, I have no idea. Whoever the hell the studio is working with the DC, there's just too many like, no, I don't like this. We should be more like Marvel. No, Marvel and DC need to differentiate each other.
They need to be separated.
And they need to have that, like DC needs to have that freedom to make the movie that they want to make without being afraid of what the Marvel fans are doing. Because they're not making a film for the Marvel fans, they're making a film for the DC fans.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stay in your universe and just do what you need to do. Exactly.
What you been watching?
I'm actually not watching anything until they come out with a zombie movie. I'm more into blood and guts and all that stuff.
Or a good Tupac movie?
That's a whole nother
Let's talk about the Tupac movie. Right? So, have you seen it, Fredo? Have you seen the Tupac movie?
I was going to see it, and then
what happened was.
Well, what happened was I'm planning on seeing it, but man, I have not heard. I've heard mixed reviews, to be honest with you.
So let's get some of the. I want to hear some of the bad stuff you heard.
I was excited to see the film, and then you have like just from all sorts of different celebs who either knew Tupac personally or just were fans, and also within were not only fans but also have industry experience to where they can call bullshit when they see bullshit.
Yeah.
And that's my thing, is that when it comes to biopic films, and I think we've all discussed this, like hell, there's even films that were made before the New Edition movie that now that New Edition movie like has set the standard, set the bar high, because that's how biopic films should be made. Yeah. Granted, you had a lot of the guys that were actually there had their input, so the truth can come out and they can tell the story as the story needs to be told.
Just like straight out of Compton.
Yeah, they're all still here, so they have good input.
So I think that with this All Eyes on Me film, my personal opinion, what they should have done with knowing how important not only Tupac was to the rap community, but just to the community itself. He is that legendary figure that if you're going to make a film about this,
it better be
you don't half-ass it. You do your homework, and you get people involved that were actually involved at the time. If you're going to have somebody portraying Jada Pinkett Smith, then why don't you get her involved in the film and have her have some sort of like, okay, well, this is how my relationship is. Him and Jada Pinkett Smith and Tupac had they went to the same performing arts school together. Yeah. They were like basically from their upbringings to all the way to his death. They were
cool.
They were cool with each other, and you should have had like guys like Snoop Dogg, like guys that were part of Death Row. Like everybody, whether they hated each other or loved each other, but there for the same reason, to make sure that this story gets told right.
Exactly. Instead of speculating.
And instead of speculating, that's the unfortunate thing, is that from what I hear, the acting was solid. The acting was great. The guy who plays Notorious B.I.G., I was a fan of the Notorious film, and I'm a fan of his portrayal because it's a good portrayal. It's not like this like wannabe, want to be nothing. It's a straight up like that's Biggie.
And I honestly feel like he embodied the character of Biggie better in this movie than he did in the
you think so?
Well, he was fresh, so I could see that.
And this one is just like, it was more. It showed more of the edgy part. Before I even go into that though, I want to talk about
the film itself.
The film, because
because you saw it, right?
Yeah, I saw it, and it's kind of hard to make a biopic, especially when you gotta span like years of a person's life in like a couple hours. It's certain events that take 3 to 6 months to happen, but you got to show it in like 5-10 minutes in a movie.
Because you got to show the build up, the backstory, and you got to show when they're actually.
It's kind of hard, even with all of the information you can gather from anybody who was around it. You still got to make a movie out of it.
Right.
So
see, I'm saying is that Harry Potter can have 2 last parts. Twilight can have 2 last parts. Why the hell can't Tupac get
part 2?
Limited
Tupac part 2.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I understand that.
Why not?
It's a good movie. It showed a lot. To me, it showed a lot of the bullshit that Tupac was going through.
Is it more like backstories that we wouldn't know?
It's a lot of stuff that
besides the obvious beef. Without you giving away too much of the movie.
Yeah.
I honestly feel like it was a lot of obvious there. But I did like the things that I like the relationship between him and his mom.
Yeah,
that was the most important part to me.
It showed
everything after.
Do they introduce his sister, because we don't hear much about her? Okay.
But yeah, the relationship between him and his mom was something that was needed. The education that she was giving him was needed. All that stuff was needed. But after that, it was kind of the obvious, and that's when it went kind of downhill for me. I mean, I liked the movie, but it just started getting bland because it felt like stuff that I had already seen in everybody else's biopic. Because they would touch on Tupac in everybody else's biopic, and I felt like, I've seen it before,
a lot of those portrayals though were biased. But I'll tell you one thing that really pissed me off too about going to see this movie. The theater that I went to, the room was so fucking small, man. It's like people couldn't even sit down. Like people standing outside the theater because they couldn't even get in and get a seat. And as iconic as a figure as Tupac is, it seems like they would have gave, made more room.
showing.
Yeah, And I thought that was total bullshit. So AMC 24, y'all full of shit.
Does anybody know how the movie did its opening?
Actually, the movie has done pretty well. It's I think it did on its opening weekend like 24 point something million.
That's the thing. This is a movie like everybody wanted to see. Whether the
Whether you
reviews
thought it
are,
was bad or not.
because you got to think it's not going to be another one made.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So this is the one.
Plus, they had especially the guy playing Tupac. The guy looks like him, man. I mean,
He look alright. I mean,
he looked. I mean, he was.
If I'm being honest, I think he looks like a mix of Puff Daddy and Tupac.
to me, he look like.
Like he has the face,
to me, he
his
look like
eyes.
he look like Tupac and Kobe Bryant had a baby.
True.
I say Puffy because it's the eyes. Man. It's all
All I'm
about
saying is that they didn't do a bad job on casting.
Yeah.
Like they
Now
did
the
a good
dude
job.
that did the play Suge
Yeah.
Knight and all that shit was solid, bro. The casting was solid. The acting was okay.
Okay, for the script that they probably were given.
Yeah.
I've heard that. I read the Jada's response to it. So I
Like his
remember her saying that.
performances, portraying like Tupac performances was A1. I give him that. All the music that they use of Tupac, all that shit is A1. The soundtrack is dope. You know what I'm saying? You get a real feel for Tupac's music. But another thing, I feel like Tupac spoke with a deeper tone. This guy's, his pitch is kind of too high. You know, it kind of throw me off. Like people quote Tupac sayings a lot. You know what I'm saying? So you know the energy and the you know what I'm saying, the feel he had when he speak. And I don't think he.
Do you know if any artists had any input on this, like Nas or anybody, or?
I'm
And
not
if
sure.
if Nas if Nas didn't get an input, like, do you think if certain artists like Nas, like Snoop Dogg, like what I said earlier, do you think the movie would have been different in a good way?
I feel like, honestly, bro, this is what I feel. I feel like, and I may be wrong on
Tupac's
this.
royalty, man. As far as
I may be
rapping
wrong on this,
goes.
but I do think like the Outlaws, I think Snoop, I think even Suge, certain people that were involved in his life had some say so in help trying to paint this picture. But I do feel like production wise, if somebody like 50 Cent or Ice Cube had their hands in this movie, I feel like it would have been totally different.
Yeah.
But do you think that this is with all the outcry from like some of his friends and everything? Do you think that this is like you said, there probably won't be another movie, but you think that somebody might want to say, you know what? I think we can do this better and we can do this right.
I'll say this. There was a time.
Do you think BET needs to come in?
No, hell no, not BET.
No.
Like people, like I said, like 50 Cent, Ice Cube, I would trust them with it. But I wouldn't say that it's impossible for it to happen because they made 2 Steve Jobs movies.
Yeah.
And
see what I'm
almost
saying?
back to back.
Back to back.
So,
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, you almost would think that, it'll be a turn off. Like, I don't want to see another Tupac movie, but shit, they did it for Steve Jobs. Like, and people saw both.
Honestly, he's so epic and legendary, people will go see it anyway.
Exactly.
It wouldn't
Yeah.
matter.
They did Volcano, Dante Speak.
So sad.
Speaking of Tupac, though, is Tupac still alive?
No.
Why
He's definitely alive.
I do not believe.
Why you don't believe it? Because of the movie?
Well, not because of the movie, just because I believe he's not. I would like to believe that he would keep his greatness going if he was.
I think Tupac's alive, and I also think Biggie's alive.
We ain't going into this.
Biggie is alive. I know him and Tupac are sharing mojitos in Cuba.
I doubt it. Everybody know Biggie dead.
Everybody knows.
So
That's not a debate.
But here's the thing: why is Tupac alive? Or the debate's still on whether he's alive or dead, but Biggie's dead.
Because he got them first shots right, and he lived through that.
Yeah.
And then he got what was it, 7 shots, 5 shots?
5
first.
shots both times.
I thought it was 5 and 7.
5 and 5.
I'm gonna look that up. Anyway, either way, he got shot the second time, and I think he made it. I think he just wanted to back out of the scene.
I really think it was a lot deeper than especially if you watch this movie, but I think it was a lot of shit contractually and like dealing with law enforcement.
You
Tupac
say
had
you
to
did
get
it for
away
the
from.
insurance?
I think it's
It's probably.
so it needed.
But I mean, like, it's a clip, man, that came out a couple years ago where Suge Knight came out and was like, nobody ever saw Tupac dead.
Yep.
And he
They
was so-
released that coroner's body or report or whatever that shows his body on the table.
But it's not
Everybody
real.
says it doesn't look like him.
The thing about that, like,
And
that,
his tattoos were
that-
like not in the same
that
place. as
particular
some.
photo has been out for years. It's been out on Rotten.com for years.
That's true.
But Tupac never had an autopsy. If you look at the facts, he never had an autopsy. He died supposedly, and he was cremated.
Yeah.
And the guy that cremated him retired, and he is no longer to be found. He was paid a large sum of money, and he
So
disappeared.
he
off the
can
scene.
dip off.
You know what I'm saying? He's never been seen again.
Exactly.
And on top of that, that photo on Rotten, if you look at it's certain video clips on YouTube where Tupac was working with the makeup artist, and you can see him putting like fake shit on where he was bleeding and cut open, and it's very, very similar to that stuff that you see that on that photo on the autopsy. So that whole thing was fabricated. I feel
like it is too.
it's just like, where is he though? That's the whole question.
So you're saying Biggie's still alive then, right?
Absolutely not.
No, they got Biggie, bro, and that's
They got him.
that's a whole.
They
nother-
got-
That's not
they got
funny.
him,
Hold
though.
on.
He
I don't
made
even
it
think-
They
I don't even think a lot of people put a lot of thought into that though. 'cause
I don't think so either.
It's
I've
very-
never heard anybody debate that Biggie Smalls.
Well, I'm
is still-
debating.
Besides
I'm
Freddie.
here.
It could be something to look into though. Seriously, it really
That's
could
true.
be because both of them killed high traffic areas, like bunch of people around. Nobody know nothing. Like
Exactly.
it just don't sound right.
And their cases are both still open.
I'm sure a
The
lot of
killer
people.
has never been found.
Right, a lot of people been in clubs where somebody that got shot and they know exactly. Oh, so and so them just killed.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, so somebody knows something.
Somebody. So we're gonna jump into a Q&A. This Q&A segment is brought to you by our friends at Click Vodka, Millennial Vodka. We're gonna have Representative Piffer come through later on this week, and he's gonna chop it up with us about Click Vodka. So y'all be on the lookout for that. So we're gonna jump right off into the Q&A. We got Lisa from Louisville, Texas. She asked if we would be embarrassed to play the music that we like to listen to for our kids. I guess along the lines of like, just, I guess our wave of music is different, and you know, do we feel like our kids will feel it? So what you guys think?
I honestly believe that nothing will top our parents' music coming from the whole standpoint of that old R&B.
You mean like
Just
OJ?
Yeah, just
So how tall are your parents?
Temptations.
Well, my mom, she just turned 51 yesterday.
Child.
Happy birthday, mama. Happy belated birthday. But yeah, like stuff like that. She plays a lot of Temptations for me. A lot of Alexander O'Neal. A lot of stuff that, you know, now that I've grown. Charlie Wilson, of course. Like, he's huge. So
Well,
now
he changes with time, so he
I'm
good.
laughing because
He does.
G5 told me I look like Charlie Wilson today.
Dang.
I see the features.
I'ma get his ass.
There you go.
Hell no. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Don't y'all start that one now. Charlie Wilson.
But definitely
Looking
with,
at
the,
it.
with the music now, I mean, the hip hop and stuff, just changing from then to now, it's totally different. I wouldn't play it for my son going back to his, when he turns like 18, 20s. I'd be embarrassed.
What about, like, what would you consider like your music? Because that's your parents' music.
I know, that's the thing.
So
like,
what
I
is-
reached all the way back to theirs, but now I would definitely still listen to
Want you
Chris
back, though.
Brown. But as far as whole, what's the rap artist now? What is a rapper?
And then, like, I'm wondering, like, if we consider today's rap music our rap music, because we didn't grow up on this shit.
You would be thinking back to like mid 90s ish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
like
me,
that.
it'd be
2000s,
90s, early
Which is
2000s.
horrible because all of it was like
They had some
Ja
good.
Rule.
You had some Jaheim.
Like,
You had some.
We had some good R&B.
You had some
for
good
sure.
stuff. You had Music Soul Child come out during then.
It's
I mean,
dope.
there's some stuff you could play.
There was
for
stuff
them.
I would play for them, but yeah.
yeah.
I think if you're talking about their kids, then yeah, that's gonna be a little scary.
Yeah, because they're gonna be talking about all my friends are dead,
This is true.
and you know,
Little boat.
And Molly's and everything else, and Percocet.
you know, yeah,
and everything
I
else
wouldn't
you
play
talk about.
it. No.
Might as well mention Little Romance.
that's what I'm thinking. Like that wave of music. I mean, it's nothing wrong with it to me, but it's you talking about kids though. Like, do I want kids listening to this shit? Because it is.
Well, that's a different question though. Like, I think that's one is, are you embarrassed to? I mean, there's some songs that a lot of the music I don't necessarily, I wouldn't be embarrassed to listen to or have my kids listen to it whenever that day comes. But I mean, there's some songs that. Yeah, you have songs that you're embarrassed that you actually liked it, and you're like you won't even admit to some of your closest friends that you liked it.
Like it's raining.
I'm gonna go ahead and turn that song off, and then I walked into the locker room one day and Fresco was dancing to "It's Raining Men." You know, he was like unbuttoning his lab coat, like going like thrusting his hips and everything. I was just like, "What are you doing, dude?" He was like, "It's Raining Men for you." And I was like, "Fair enough, man." But I walked out, you know. But seriously, I don't know. I think that like going back to Fresco is would you want them to listen to it? Is a that's. I think that there's some songs that I think if I'm going to expose my kids to music, and I want them to be into music and understand it, then I'm going to expose them to what I feel would be a good direction. Like, you know, I would expose them to some early Kanye, some even old early Snoop Dogg. When he was about
Death Row. Yeah,
Death Row and everything. So.
But would you expose them to NWA?
I think so. I think there's.
I guess it depends on the age limit too, because that's really what should be in question.
Because there's some songs that come on, even back in the '60s, there's songs where you were not allowed to listen to. They're straight up they're about fucking, you know.
I'll tell you what, anybody listen to the blues and they listen to Clarence Carter.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, Mark really had some songs, so.
You know Clarence Carter, bro?
I don't want to talk about it.
Man.
But yeah, I mean, it's I think. I think that's a good question. To each their own. But I mean, personally, I would want them to have an eclectic sound. I wouldn't want them just to think that their sound is the only sound. Because for me personally, if they're gonna get into whether it's if it's hip hop, rock, pop, whatever it is, I think if you're gonna be a true artist, you're gonna want to bring your own sound into it. And a lot of people's own sound is an eclectic of what they've listened to when they were kids, whether it was something like from the Temptations with the infusion of the Beatles or Rolling Stones or even B.B. King or James Brown. You know, it's like I would be prouder if they put in their own sort of taste into it. You know.
No doubt.
I mean, what about you, LeLe?
I wouldn't mind if my kids listen to the stuff I listen to.
They already do. You do on road trips.
This is true. Well,
I hated my road trip music when I was a kid.
What was your road trip music?
Shirley Caesar.
Mine depended on who was driving.
What's that? Look here. The Mississippi
Freddie Jackson.
Mississippi
Mass Choir. Yep.
Yeah.
So mine depended on who was driving. If my mom was driving, it was all gospel, Shirley Caesar on repeat.
Yeah.
If my dad was driving, it was all Tupac and Bob Marley. So it just depends on who was driving.
You wake up to No Woman, No Cry. You go to sleep to No Woman. There's other songs, but this is the only song there is.
Man. All right, we're gonna go to the next question. So we got Shell Smith from Louisville, Texas as well. Shout out to Louisville. what are the qualities that you look for in a woman? I guess we got to go both ways on this one, because
Maybe we
woman
don't.
or a man. And it's kind of weird because we all are, well, not all of us, but most of us on this show are in committed relationships. So, yeah, so we're going to start off with the one who ain't.
Well, we ain't gonna say no names though.
Ain't gonna point no elbows.
Bri Nicole, how much you want?
Well, since I'm the only one that is unavailable, pretty much.
No, it is
It is available.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, the qualities I look for in a guy are pretty much the sense of humor. That's important. Serious faith in God. That's actually number one. A strong man that pretty much isn't weak.
Like strength
Like
wise? Like pick some stuff up?
Like you watch
I'm
a sad
talking about
movie and you
when
started
things-
consoling him and crying?
No, yeah. When things
Not
go
like
bad, I don't need you to sit up here and be like, oh my God, panic mode. I need you to trust and believe that we're going to be good. So that's super important for me. The look thing, that's nice, but I'm more so into...
You take an ugly dude that's strong,
I mean, I ain't going to say
they
ugly,
can
but...
read good.
Hey, in the words of David Ruffin, beauty is only skin deep.
Yeah. But yeah, those are important to me. I'm not shallow. It's just more so, can you hang in a tough time? Do you trust in God? And is your humor on point?
That's what's up. It sounds like Fredo.
Yeah.
Too bad he's taken.
Hey, you call me ugly?
No,
That's exactly what he
she didn't say that.
Okay.
Dang, Fredo. Well, I think qualities for me, looks are very important to me. I don't know why. I do know why. No, I'm not shallow. Shit, I want a nice looking fucking woman, man. You know.
You just want somebody you can look at. So,
No,
yeah.
that's not it. I like where you are mentally too weighs heavily. Like, into, you know, if you a bird brain, I really ain't got much time for
You don't want a trophy wife, is what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Nah.
Okay.
I
You
don't
want a
need all
strong
that.
woman.
I like that down home, strong, you know what I'm saying, supportive. Cause I do a lot of shit. I got a lot of shit going on. I need that support, you know.
Gotta be
And
able to cook
it
this
is-
spaghetti and fish.
Fish,
Okay.
yeah, spaghetti,
Catfish.
catfish, no doubt. You gotta be able to do that. If you can't do that, you already, you
Oh
know,
my God.
off the list.
Chopping block.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That just let me know you ain't eating what I'm trying to eat for the evening. So, yeah, you know, stuff like that. What about you?
God fearing, as she was saying.
Yeah, God fearing, no
Yeah,
doubt.
you gotta everybody gotta throw that one in there, but God fearing,
And the right God too,
right.
not the
Not the wrong guy.
not American God.
Loyal, has a good personality, someone I can talk to, someone that, like she was saying, can hold you down when things aren't going the greatest. Like you can't just jump ship because things ain't working out. And I'm married, so someone that obviously can take care of future children and
Everything.
everything.
Yes.
Fredo.
I almost mentioned some qualities from the TNA segment, but I think, you know, we'd already covered that part.
Well, I mean, you just look at what we have. But to be honest with you, they have to have a sense of humor. I mean, I come from a huge family, and you know, we sometimes to get through the roughest or darkest, you have to have a sense of humor. You have to like make make light of situations you're in order to sometimes get through them. But I mean, they have to definitely know how to, you know, have a good time. You know how to, you know, laugh and everything. But I mean, strong woman is definitely a must. I mean, yeah, I will support her just as much as she will support me, and you know, they gotta be able to know how to communicate with each other. Yeah,
Certainly.
That's
So,
important. That's
That's
definitely
key, because if you can't communicate, it will tear down everything.
They just gotta be really supportive, and to be honest with you, like they have to have a good head on his shoulders in general. You know, they have to, you know, like Xavier, like like Fresco said,
Who the hell is that?
like Fresco said, they have to have a good head on the shoulders. Like Fresco said, I feel like you don't want a trophy wife. I mean, you like to F those, but you don't want to marry those.
F those.
I'm sorry, where are my manners? You want to fuck them. You don't want to marry that, you know? Nobody wants a trophy wife. I mean, it's
That's
just
not true.
Come on. If you want to be happy, you're not going to want to marry a trophy wife.
You don't want nobody that everybody wants to smash.
There is such a thing as you can have beauty and brains, and that's what I feel I have right now. And I'm lucky.
Amen.
I'm lucky to have.
That's dope, man.
That's
Yeah.
nice. That's sweet.
Yeah, my nigga.
Yeah.
Might shed a tear.
Alright, we got another question from.
Now you got me all.
We got another question from.
You go cry.
They're gonna remain anonymous. Their question is: do you wash your meat?
Well, yeah. After I beat it every once in a while.
I
You talking
don't
about
think
like
we're talking
meat
that kind of meat.
tenderizing or?
Well, yeah, that's what I call it.
Tenderize
What do you
before
guys call it, man? Sometimes meat
Sausage.
tenderizing, sometimes.
Y'all is on a whole nother level.
Hell no. So this has been an ongoing thing for almost the last year.
2 years.
No,
It's always been close to 2 years.
No, I ain't been around that long. It's been like a year. Do you wash your meat? I'm gonna say I wash my meat. Everybody have these sayings from FDA and USDA and all that shit about washing meat. I wash my meat because my grandma and my mama told me you should wash your meat.
Yeah.
And they still alive and still kicking.
Well, my grandmama dead.
I'm
but it's not
saying
because
they made it through though.
It's not because she washed her meat.
They made it through.
Important. And remember to thaw it in cold water, not hot.
Now, when you
Never.
say wash your meat, like, are you talking about like rinsing your meat?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Okay,
much.
okay.
Once it becomes
And the
like that
Because
package.
you say
With some
wash,
water.
and I'm thinking about soap. Like, I'm gonna put some Dawn on that.
no
motherfucker,
Dawn,
just
no
like,
soap.
Once it
Scrub
comes
it
out
out.
that package and it thaws, run it under that water, get all that little debris, all that little.
But what I don't understand is people wash their vegetables,
And don't wash
but
the
you
meat.
don't wash your meat.
Right.
That don't make sense to
It
me.
don't make sense.
Like
to
I
wash
get you're
it
gonna
then.
cook it, you're gonna cook
Big
all the
difference.
germs off and all that other stuff, but you're preparing it, so you need to clean
And
it.
then I don't mess
It's
with
about
that.
how shit is handled though. Like,
I don't mess
That's
with
correct.
that meat that's already pre-seasoned.
Hell no. I didn't see that until I moved to Texas though.
That
I never
is
saw that until I moved to
gross.
Texas.
Oh my god.
I was in the grocery store one time and some meat was seasoned. I'm like, why the fuck are they seasoning meat?
I'm gonna wash
And
that
people
right
gonna wash
back
it
off.
off. But I didn't know people didn't wash their meat.
People don't
That
wash
shit
it.
weird as hell, dog.
I don't mess with that.
I've been to a barbecue, nigga taking meat straight out the pack, throwing it on the grill. I'm like, hey,
What you do?
you gonna wash that meat?
Yeah.
It's gonna burn with fire.
I want to hear that though in the Q&A submissions. Like, do you wash your meat? Y'all chime in, let me know you wash your meat. I already
And
did a poll
specify
on
what
Facebook.
meat are you washing.
Yeah, because some people only wash chicken.
I
Yeah.
do chicken and pork chops.
First off, that's poultry.
Well,
I wash all my meat from hot dogs to
I don't do
ribs.
hamburger meat though.
Can't wash hamburger meat.
Okay, I don't want.
So
yeah, that's
no,
one thing I
that's-
don't.
But if I could, I would.
Well,
if I find
you're
out a way to do it, I'm gonna do it.
Well, that's gross.
That is gross.
That's the next invention, man. Hamburger washing. How can we do it?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. All right, so we got another question coming from Byron in Denton, Texas. Okay. Top 5 R&B acts.
In no particular order. Sorry, G5. All right. So, I think my top 5 would probably be, well, this one's number 1, just because I grew up with a lot of Motown music, and this has got to be it. Temptations,
You
the
gotta say it.
ambassadors of
You gotta say
Motown. Temptations, I would have to say Boyz II Men, Babyface, because I grew up in the 90s and Babyface was the shit for a while. And you know, he discovered a lot of artists too. Gotta put in New Edition, and my 5th one. My 5th one, Slick Rick.
What?
Okay.
Slick Rick ain't no damn.
Wait.
Oh, Rick. You talking about Rick James?
Rick James.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the rapper Slick Rick. Lordy God, he ain't
Yeah. So give it to me, baby himself, man.
Okay.
Oh my god. You always doing references.
Give it to me, baby. Give it to me. Just give it to me, baby.
Who you want me to go first?
You can go.
Alright, I'm gonna go Jodeci. I'm gonna go Drew Hill. I'm gonna go Tony Tone.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna go
Those are some big ones right there.
and I'm gonna go Tyrese.
Ain't that fun?
Nah, I got one more.
Boy can't count.
Y'all make me forget my fifth one, man. I'm gonna go with Chris Brown though, because Chris Brown one of the most solid R&B singers there is in the game right now. For real.
Okay. I can go. I have no particular order as Freddie
In no
said as
particular
well.
order, everything. G5 voice.
I would say Music Soul Child because I always love his music. I would go with D'Angelo because I also really love him.
Y'all just like because he was naked in that video.
That might be true, but we're not gonna talk about that. Lauryn Hill because you can't leave her out. You can't. I don't know, but I got that one.
1 point for you.
Shaka
One
Khan.
for me. I'm not gonna
Lisa.
put Shaka Khan on there. Let's see. I'd probably go with the Drew Hill too because I also grew up on that, and then I'll just stick in 112 because you can't go wrong.
And because Lady Michelle don't know who 112 and Drew
Nah, but she a baby, so we might let her make it.
What about Blackstreet?
She don't. If she don't know who Drew Hill or 112 is, she don't know who Blackstreet is.
Bless you instead.
I mean,
Who you got?
Alright, so I have Mint Condition, Casey and JoJo.
okay.
Okay.
I have Blackstreet too. They were awesome. After 7, y'all might not know who that is, but
I
After
do.
7 was good. Charlie Wilson.
Bet. What about y'all ever thought about like Third Story and Sammy and
I know if anybody ever heard
yeah.
5 Heartbeats.
Five Heartbeats was not a real group, but
It's my heart.
they had some dope
5
songs.
Heartbeat.
All right, how do you think your football team will do this season, upcoming season?
I'm a Cowboys fan, so I think they're gonna do great. I'm looking
You
forward.
hoping they gonna do?
Well, all I gotta say is that the time is now for the Cowboys to do something big. I think that pretty much with the offensive line they have and with how young Dak Prescott is, and they need to show something. I feel that with Dak Prescott, he set the stage up for himself, like for what he did last season, to
be picked apart next season.
Well, here's the thing. Now this is his team, so now there's no excuse. Like, we need to see him improve on both aspects. Like, he's got to look himself in the mirror and understand that Tony Romo too was at one point the darling of the Texas
right.
And
guys. And
when shit fell apart.
and when shit hits the fan, that's
You
when
gotta
you're
be
gonna
ready,
see
you know?
who Dak Prescott really is.
I really do think
And
he's
that's-
built, though. I
but
think
it-
he's built for it.
I understand that. My hope is that he sees that early on, and he works through it, and not like still has to. As much as I want to see them win 10 straight games in a row, I would rather see them lose 4 straight games in a row and win out, and learn from there and build, because I don't want to see them lose out and figure out, okay, so what do we do for next season? You know.
Right.
Like I want to see him see some adversity real quick so he can start working through it, because it's going to hit him, and it's the NFL. But that being said, I do think that we have what it takes to at least reach the NFC Championship,
Yeah.
if not the Super Bowl. But I mean, it's
Bold predictions.
I would say that at least the NFC Championship or bust.
Thing is, who can beat them? Atlanta Falcons? Is that it? I mean,
Atlanta looks good. I think within their own division, I think the Giants again are dangerous
Solid.
because Giants were one of the only teams to beat us twice.
Yes.
And so, and with the team they have now, with the receiving corps that they have now, it's going to be dangerous. And Eli Manning is Eli Manning, man. He is. I mean, hell, he can have a 97 record and still win the Super Bowl, which he did.
Yeah.
He was a wild card team. So, I mean, yeah, you can't. The Giants are always dangerous. Fuck the Redskins. And the Eagles, the Eagles are always hit or miss, you know. So, but I do see a lot of good things going for the Cowboys. As far as the defense goes, I'm excited to see what's going to happen with the secondary, you know, with a lot of young guys there and with Rob
We got
Van
one.
Allen. So,
one of your old ones. Think with Baltimore, man, we addressed our defense a lot in the draft. I feel like a lot of players that I wish were on our team went to other teams in our division.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be interesting to see how we play against those teams. But I think we're still rebuilding, man. Like we have a void. I feel still at the running back position. We picked up Jerry Macklin. That's gonna be a big pickup in the receiving corps, but. I think we're a couple years out from really being a real Super Bowl contender. Hopefully I'm wrong. I know we got enough pieces, enough veterans around that really, really can, you know, lead those guys to a Super Bowl appearance, but we just gotta wait and see.
do we know where D'Angelo Williams is at?
I don't know.
Because
was he a free agent?
Well, he's in Pittsburgh right now. I thought he was a free agent, but that's a running back that
They still got that
he
juice.
still has it. And what's messed up is that when Dave Gettleman he did the same thing he did to Steve Smith to D'Angelo Williams. Basically said they had no more. They had nothing in their system. That they were bust. That they were done to give it up. And Steve Smith went to Baltimore Ravens, and you saw what he did there. He finished. I mean, even in his last season, they were still trying to beg him to come back.
Yeah, I wish you would, man.
And with D'Angelo Williams, he was like, okay, all right. So he goes to Pittsburgh. Bell goes down, and he has solid games all the way till Bell comes back. And I mean, there's questions as if D'Angelo, you know, should not get any more carries, you know.
Right.
So I mean, it's just, I think if the Ravens were lucky enough to get D'Angelo Williams, or if whatever team, if he's still in Pittsburgh, it's going to be a dangerous backfield with him and Bell, you know. But
hands down. All right, we got another question coming out of El Paso, Texas. What do you guys think about the Philando Castillo verdict?
Well, man, that's interesting coming out from El Paso because it's a Hispanic dominated community, and with the officer being Hispanic, it's just at this point you can't say it's no longer a white and black issue at this point.
It's the police.
It's the police versus the people, and who are you going to believe? The thing is that we've all talked, you know, on the mic and outside the mic that, you know, there are good cops out there. This show isn't about the show. Like if you've heard us before, if this is your first time listening, it's not a show about, you know, that we're against law enforcement. We're not. We just don't like crooked cops. We don't like the fact that, you know, you've let a cop basically just get away with murder, and that's basically what's been going on.
Yeah.
On video.
It's happened time and time again.
On live stream, because it was on Facebook Live.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like you saw it clear as day for anybody who saw that video. The officer, within a 30 to 45 second time span, went from 0 to 60.
Exactly.
And why would you choose the most deadly weapon? Not a taser, not anything else, but a deadly force to shoot at least 7 times in the car where his wife and his kid was in the back seat. So how would you explain had a bullet hit the child? How would you explain that? I feared for my life, so I decided to shoot everybody in the car. And that's what he basically did, because he might have missed them and only shot the fortunate, you know,
but you can't predict where it's going to go.
Exactly.
You can't say
and
I shot at this thing.
Especially in the way that he
happened.
was shooting, because it wasn't
He
like
was scared. He was
yeah,
terrified.
he was jumpy as
You could
hell.
see
It was
him
like-
shaking.
You saw his. I mean, I don't even think he had his eyes
Like it
open.
was the first time he fired his weapon.
Not after the first one.
Yeah, and he was like, and you can hear clearly in the video that, you know, Philando was saying, I'm not
reaching.
I sorry, I have a firearm. He's like, okay, well, don't go
reach
for it. Don't reach for your firearm. He's like, I'm not reaching for my firearm. And the guy just quickly got scared, and he got shot. Let's face it, he got shot because his crime was being black.
You know,
Yeah.
go ahead, my bad.
Oh no, you go.
No, I'm wondering what you got to say about that.
Well, definitely, I feel like all cops, I would like to believe they're all trained the same. It's just that you have those ones that choose to take it up a notch. And they do feel like just because they're cops, they're invincible. Like, I'm not about to go through a serious charge because obviously I am strapped with a gun.
And you're
that's
backed
my
by
job to
an
use
By the
it.
law. Exactly.
But I mean, that's just how it is, and being black doesn't help the situation.
I want to know what black women feel about police and like if they get pulled over. Because I know how I feel as a black man. Like
I don't
feel
think
like-
it's as intense as it is for a black male.
really. So
I've been pulled over multiple times for random stuff, from maybe speeding to tail light being out to license plate being from a different state, especially when I went to school up in Iowa. So I would get pulled over all the time, like, oh, you got Kansas plates. Do you know that you're supposed to change it over to Iowa when you move here or whatever? And I was a student. I'm like, no, I'm not changing my stuff over. But anyways, I wasn't terrified and I wasn't scared at those times. I think when I got older and I understood there was more things going on
than what we were seeing.
and what we were exposed to, then I got, and I think as a black community, we are already raised in the sense that it's not the same for us, and so you should be on alert,
And there's
and you
an
should,
underlying fear
as
there.
my friend said, you should keep your head on swivel all the time. Like, know what to do, don't reach for stuff, just, because anything that they think you may be doing will almost end your life, or it could end your life.
Well,
in this case,
Well,
so
this definitely set a dangerous precedent for the next cases to arrive. That all a cop needs to say is that he feared for his life.
well, honestly,
Yeah.
it's been.
He can
it's-
shoot-
If
he
we look
can
over the
shoot
last
anywhere.
5 years, there's been tons over the last 5 years,
I mean,
and you're talking about ones from different places. It's not just one state or
That's the
one
thing,
city.
it's not
It's
a
all over,
localized area
and there's
that's
so
the
many,
country.
so many of these cases that go unheard. Like there's no kind of consequence for the actions that they're
But
taking.
here's the thing too. I feel that it comes with. I feel that, to be honest with you, it's not police departments around the country, and I don't know if this is something on a federal level that they need federal funding, or on a state level that they need to get more funding from there. But there's got to be better training. The standards have got to be a lot higher.
Yeah.
It just seems that you're sending out anybody can be a cop, you know.
and some of these kids are like 19,
And-
18, 19 joining the force.
And you have unions that, at least police unions, that will bluntly defend some of these police officers even if they know that they've effed up, you know.
Yeah.
And that's not right. And I know I'm sure there's some sort of like honor system to where they're not gonna turn against their own brother from their brotherhood,
Right.
whatever the case may be. But
if you want your citizens to trust you,
And
then you
respect
should,
you.
and respect you, then you should definitely step back and say, hey, this is a case-by-case basis, and this is what happened, and we feel that he did something wrong, so you should be not backing every single
I
thing.
mean, I think he was up for manslaughter, not even murder.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
come on! Like, you're telling me that was
But they were
justifiable
silent. Nobody said
homicide?
anything.
That was justifiable homicide. You saw the kid. I mean, that's it. It definitely, like, it tugs on your heart whenever whether you have kids or you have nieces and nephews. Whether it's me driving with them or whenever I do have kids, whenever that day comes, if that were to have happened to me, seeing my kid have to get out and comfort my wife, that would, that sucks, And
just think-
if she gets criticism for so she wasn't. How do you react? Everybody reacts differently from seeing something as traumatic as that.
She reacted in the moment. She reacted in the moment.
On top of that, she should be commended for keeping her composure and recording as to what exactly happened. Yes. Because had she not, it would have been an emotional black woman.
We would have only heard the narrative
against the police officer's word.
Yeah.
And who are you going to believe?
Exactly.
You're going to go with the cop.
Exactly.
So I'm sorry, but as a minority myself, I would rather take that camera out and start filming away, and so it won't just be my word against theirs.
Exactly, and then to go
because they're not giving us.
And it's not like she could have moved anyway. If he's already trigger happy about him reaching for something that he already told you is there, why is she gonna sit there and move and reach for anything? Like if she reached over and tried to console him while he's dying, what is he gonna do? Is he gonna shoot me too with my child in my back seat? Like, how do you know?
That just shows you can't give everybody power at all. That authority is just too much.
It's just an underlying situation, though. I think once people address what has historically happened to black people and police officers, like the whole means of them policing us after being slaves, it goes all the way back. Yeah, it goes all the way back to that, and it's like it's something that's just been a staple of police departments across the country. Exactly. And that's why they react the way they do to minorities.
No, I totally agree. I totally agree with you because this is just, I mean, they might not be lynching anybody anymore, hanging anybody from trees anymore, but you know what? They might as well be doing that because they're able to shoot anybody. They're just able to shoot anybody that they want. And
cold blood.
And
no consequences.
No repercussions whatsoever other than, well, he had to have had a good reason, you know? Like,
the only repercussion is that your name gets brought up and now people know your name because you were quote unquote the bad cop, but not even everybody believes you're the bad cop.
Exactly.
So that's the only thing that you might say because all of these are on paid leave. They're getting paid while they're not on the clock anymore. Yeah. You're getting paid while that court case goes through.
What type of man?
Which means citizens of the United States that pay your taxes, you're paying for that cop's salary right now.
Right now.
Then it makes you wonder, like, if white cops are doing this, what's going on with the black cops, though?
And that's the thing.
Do you think, like, how is it that white cops are being so much aggressive, but the black cops are so chill?
Because they're still a minority.
But that's not always true, too, because I know a lot of black cops that act as stupid as white cops do. I've seen black cops.
It's a power trip. That's what it is. It's a power trip. You are in control of the situation.
Like, look back to the NWA, man. They didn't say fuck white police. Mm-hmm. They said fuck the police. Yes. You know what I'm saying? And this is because it was the same thing across the board from police officers. Like, I've had white cops pull me over, man, and they sound like black cops pull me over, and they sound like white dude. Like, what the fuck? And in Mississippi, like, can I have a driver's license and registration? Like, what the fuck? No black folks down here talk like this.
It's because they're trained the same. They're all trained the same. Especially when you're policing a black community. They literally are trained that way, though.
It's,
it's in their head.
Don't be a menace, you know?
Yeah.
Wait.
What?
You can't do that and not say the reference. Like, go.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I hate Whoopi Goldberg.
I hate my gums. They black. Straight up though, you gotta that though in real life.
But I mean, it's a comedic way of showing exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that's I mean,
and you never thought about that
scene, but that's basically it. You know, it's like but it's sometimes it's the culture that they have to get adjusted to.
Exactly.
Have you seen that? Have you guys seen the movie Crash?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a scene where he's complaining about his partner being a racist.
Yeah.
And he's just like, you know what? This is like the I guess his higher up is a black sergeant or I don't know what rank he is, but basically he says, you think it's easy for me to get up to this? You know, being black? No. So then shut the fuck up and do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not gonna like you want me to like basically feel sorry for you because a white boy can't stand some racism or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And you thought I was gonna do something about it because I'm black, but that's
exactly.
not how it works. 'Cause it's all in the culture. It's police culture.
Yeah, it's police culture, man.
I get it. It's a brotherhood. I have no issue with cops that are doing their job. I have an issue with cops that are abusing their power,
And
that
being
are
hard.
trying very hard to make it hard on other individuals, regular citizens. Like, you want us to react to a situation in a split second and make sure I'm touching this and doing that, but your cops that are trained, quote unquote, they're supposed to be trained, are reacting in a split second, and to me it's in a terrible wrong way.
Yeah.
So you're wanting a regular citizen that's untrained to react to a situation when a cop that is trained isn't reacting
And
correctly.
then act like they get offended when you show them, like, you just like, look, I'm not touching this, I'm just showing you my hands. They get offended, but man, I'm not gonna. If I had the opportunity, bro, I would get butt ass naked and just show my hands, because then you have no reason to shoot.
No, because as soon as you start pulling clothes off, you're a
Yeah, but
threat.
it's like, you know, this.
That's a point. That's a true point. Even okay. So there's a situation when there's this cop that happened to hear some gunshots outside of his house. He runs up to the situation. Apparently there's a shootout going on, and the cop happened to be a black officer, off duty, plain clothes, but had his gun drawn. The officers, obviously, they don't know who's running up to them, so they tell him to, don't move. And some of the cops do recognize him, so they're like, oh, okay, come on. And as he's walking towards them, another cop who just arrived ends up shooting him because he just sees a black male with a handgun in plain clothes. And even though he's walking up with the gun to cops that obviously don't have weapons drawn, or at least have their guard down, and he ends up shooting this cop. And it's just ridiculous, because now the guy didn't die, but he's recovering.
Yeah, thankfully he didn't die. Shit.
Yeah, you don't hear about that though.
And what about Bill Cosby? It's like
Bill Cosby.
we go from Cosby to Bill Cosby, but what I'm talking about is, all right, so you're gonna let every single cop that is shot a minority in this country get off with a slap on their wrist, since if that.
But they give Bill Cosby the hardest time.
Yeah.
Because
For a
all
crime
these
that he was
women-
not.
Yeah, like
actually-
all these women come together and they like, he did that to me, and it's like,
y'all gotta understand the system, man. Like, we talking about a systematic approach that these people are taking on everything. It's like Bill Cosby is one of those people that's always been vocal about what he feel about a lot of shit that's going on.
Yeah.
But he's also been a very big presence in the black community, from Jello to the Cosby Show.
Mm-hmm.
He has influence, and I think they wanted to make an example out of him, the powers that be. And it's a lot of that shit that goes on, and a lot of people try to act like ain't really happening. Like, if you have some type of influence where you can sway people to feel this way or that way, and you speak out about a certain thing, they try to make an example of it. And I think that's just what it was with Bill Cosby.
I know I heard something about him trying to buy out a big network. I think it was
Yeah.
NBC or something. And as soon as that happened is when all these cases come
yeah.
out of nowhere. Like, he had the money to do it. He was going to do it. And because he's a black man with power, like, you got to take him down.
No, because you got to understand who control these networks.
Yeah.
If you start letting black people with money into these networks, that could change the whole
view,
look
exactly.
of everything that's going on network television. And that's not what they want. They want to push their own agendas, and they don't want anybody else to interject or to change that shit up.
And if they do, then it's when they say and how they say. Like, we'll give you a show, but
you know,
stick to the script.
you got all these restrictions.
Literally, sticks to the script.
Literally.
that's crazy. So we wanted to talk about Detroit too for a little bit. I guess all of this kind of can tie into. Do you see? Well, let me say this. Bri Nicole is from Detroit. Did you deal with any like police brutality type situations growing up in Detroit? Do you know anything like that going on, or what's the scene like? Because a lot of people have, like, I guess, forgotten about the issues going on in Detroit. So what's up with Detroit?
Well, actually, I was a sheltered child, but I still was able to get out and, observe a lot of things. There was a lot of stuff happening in my community. I know I almost practically witnessed a murder in front of the school that I was next to. It was a security guard just basically going around the school, making sure everything was cool. Boys came around and shot him down. And I was looking at all that happened out the window next door. I mean, I didn't know how to feel about it.
It sound like my middle school.
I mean, I didn't know how to think. I didn't know who to tell. I mean, my mom was in the other room, but I was just watching it happen. And I was pretty much just young. And ever since then, I've been going about life like, wow, this is the city I live in. This is what it is. And the older I got, the more things started happening. Boys would kick in doors, all that stuff. But going back now, 2017, it's definitely different. I feel like more people have came in, white people pretty much came in and trying to make it a better place and kick out the people that's been there the longest. I can't say that I know for a fact that's happened. I've only been there for 7 days, but observing is definitely different. You can tell that the culture is different. It's not the loud culture that I've been used to, where my family would have barbecues at the park, listen to different type of things like Atomic Dog and be able to dance around.
Yeah, some cute dogs in your family, huh?
Well, you know, I'm a granddaddy or whatever. But yeah, stuff like that would happen that's no longer there. It's more conservative. You can't enjoy that part. It's more conservative, made for...
So you feel like it's been whitewashed pretty much?
Pretty much. You know, all in a nutshell.
I think that's the whole agenda of gentrification though. Like, you drive all the urban people out of an area, you build it up, but it's like, where do these displaced people go? It's like you got run down parts of your city for a reason, because you got, you know, that's just how it is.
Funding,
Right, but it's like when you start moving people out, like
then they can't afford to stay where
just like
you're
the
making
phrase
it
that
build
Trump
up
has been
to.
saying this whole time, like, make America great again. But who are you making America great again for?
And when was America great?
Yeah, like, that's how I feel with Detroit.
That's the
They're
thing.
saying-
When was it ever perfect? Like,
Yeah.
It never was, and it never will be. There's no such thing as a perfect nation. It just won't happen. Like, are we not a third world country? No. But are we considered the big brother of everybody? I agree to that, but I do not think that we are the best there ever is and ever was. I just don't agree to that.
But yeah, that's how
you
I feel.
always. Oh, go ahead.
But yeah, like in Detroit, when they're trying to build it up so much, it's kind of like, who are you trying to accommodate? Because you can't accommodate everyone. Especially when you're putting a price tag on stuff that we've always known to be free.
Yeah.
You're putting a price tag on this stuff. Somebody's going to take a loss, whether it be you putting a price on it or you making it different. You're not accommodating everybody. Somebody's going to be left out. So honestly, that's how I feel Detroit has gotten, especially downtown Detroit. Every other place is abandoned buildings everywhere. So what you trying to do? Move them back to that abandoned part and just have, you know, all the higher ups.
That's a crazy
in
ass
downtown.
cycle.
So that's what I observed. I don't know how it is. Y'all can educate me on that. If y'all listening from Detroit, used to live there or whatever, but that's what I've seen, and I'm not too happy about it.
I think more people need to speak out about what's going on in their communities and in their cities. Like people from Chicago, people from Detroit, people from Mississippi. It's just a lot of shit that's going on like that, and I think something needs to be done. And there's people in place, man, that like have the say so or have the money to make certain things happen. Get with some people, man, see if we can start some development and try to change some of this shit around, man.
Definitely.
I mean, Chicago just needs Carl Wilson to come back, or Winslow. Winslow to come back.
There you go.
Yeah.
Carl Winslow, the greatest cop ever.
Yep. Yeah. So, 'cause to him, family does matter.
Oh my God. No pun intended.
Alright, y'all, that's all we got for you today. It's been a great show. We're gonna actually kick off the artist submission. We got SnugzDaGeneral coming in with Billions. Y'all check him out.
None less. I know that shit cliche, but let's get it. Do this shit for my fam. That mission on go. It's time to go ham. Now pay me the G. We ready to eat. Gotta grab it and dash that back to the field. Take over the city. Put that bitch in some mission and straighten my niggas. We flexing the business. And we set in position. We eating on plenty. That blessings I'm blessing. I'm thinking I'm drizzling, or maybe I'm drizzling. Hey, hold up a second. You tell that in a minute or maybe an hour. And hand him a towel. Switch up and we're getting it. I did this for you. That Mississippi. That 662. Raised on the east. It's time of the guys. So I'm my duty to preach. Get these niggas to read. Between the lines. That shit you on seats, live out your dreams. The image of kings, with the image of G. So 5 get square, he would be. Got the arm of the lead. Yeah, blow a bag, and turn up a look. Yeah. Chasing that say, running off on these niggas. Yeah, hit the city, and we bless up a little. Yeah, that's how with the fam, and I ain't stressing these niggas no. We gon' step on them big, we gon' step on them big. When we step in the building, throw it up to the ceiling. We gon' step on a billion, we gon' step on a billion. We gon' step on a billion, throw it up to the ceiling. We gon' step on a billion, we gon' step on a billion. When we step in the building, throw it up to the ceiling. We gon' step on a billion. We gon' step on a billion. We gon' step on a building. Throw it up to the ceiling. Hit the city, then bless her. Chase a bad nigga, catch her. Put that bitch in submission, don't let her. Why you smoking so loud, nigga, shut up. Mississippi so proud with a stood up. Hey, we ready to eat our ribs touching. Big bro gave me the bag on the muscle. Took that bitch and I got us a duffer. Yeah, I just came from the hustlers. Went to school, now I'm double the trouble. Her the brother, a motherfucking lawyer. Cause we fucking these bitches, don't court them. Hold up, nigga need to slow down. Phone tap, so much hate in the system now. Let's get back to the digit now. Hey, watch out, little bit, cause we live in that boom by yeah. If I kill him, I kill him. Yeah, if I kill him, I kill him. On the way, bitch, I been in the building. I came for the top like some nut on the ceiling. All these fuck niggas, I don't even mention them on them cloud. Tryna read my potential. Why for your bitch, cause you probably come with me. Cause I'm a big nigga, we eating exquisite. Boom by yeah. If I kill him, I kill him. I came to put pressure on all of these niggas. Came blowing pressure on all of these niggas. Curling my own, watch me flex on these niggas. Running the yard, watch me step on these niggas. Run for the city, I run like Olympic. Came from the mud, I put that on love. If you fucking with me, we gon' step on the billion. Step on the billion. We gon' step on the billion. When we step in the building, throw it up to the ceiling. Step on a billion. Step on a billion. We gon' step in the building, throw it up to the ceiling. Step on a billion. Step on a billion. When we step in the building, throw it up to the ceiling. Step on a billion. When we step in the building, when we step in the building, nigga call it some friction. Call it some friction.
And we're back. That was Billion by SnugzDaGeneral.
Not pretty good.
Yeah, that was that's one of my pots, man. That's sweatshop official right there. You know what I'm saying? So y'all check out SnugzDaGeneral on all his handles. He's LeLe on Instagram, and just check him out and follow him. That's the end of the show, though. I appreciate you ladies coming through.
Thank you.
Thank you for the
Some
invite.
great, yeah. It's
Yeah, thanks for having me too, man.
come on, play Mi casa es su casa.
Heck yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we got a lot of different points of view from some strong black women. I love to hear that point of view from, you know, our sisters, you know what I'm saying? So y'all keep supporting the show. It's been real. It's Javier Fresco, I'm out.
Fredo Avila. For all you working class Americans, keep your head down and do your damn job.
Yeah. And I would like to wish my my fiance a very happy birthday. Happy birthday, baby. Hope you enjoy everything we've done so far and what we're gonna do today for your birthday. Turn up one time. And we out. Say peace out, ladies.
Peace out.
Peace out.